All right, we're live here, and in this one, I'm going to be going over with you why patients start treatment. If we've always wondered, oh my God, you know what? I saw them, I treatment planned, and they still didn't start. Well, I want to show you exactly, I'll lay out 3 specific rules you got to have, like ways of speaking with them, and the concept of like getting people to start on treatment without feeling like you're forcing them or foisting it upon them, just making it easy for them to start. If you're struggling with that, then this is what this session is going to be about. So if you're here with us, post a comment in the chat. I'll do my best to reply, but I'm going to be doing more of these live streams with you regularly. I don't know how often I'm going to be on, but I'm starting to do more live stream with these platforms, and I can see all your comments here as you post them. So we're just getting moving with this. So why do patients start treatment? Why do they start treatment? Well, I'm going to give you 3 concepts and unlocks around why patients start on treatment and why they don't. If you're struggling in your office, or people aren't coming in, or you saw them and they don't come back in, or if you are feeling like you want to do the type of dentistry that is something that excites you, that you learned about last week at a CE course, or whatever it is, if you want to do more of the stuff you want to do and you want patients to be engaged with that, they have to start on that treatment. In fact, as a clinician, the only way you have an impact in your practice is if you start treatment. That's the only way. So you got to realize there's 3 rules to this. Rule number 1, why patients start treatment and why they actually, make that decision. Well, first thing is realize people buy what's in front of them. People buy what's in front of them. So we'll put that down. You have to stay in front of your patients. People buy what's in front of them. People buy what is in front of them. Now, here's what I mean by this. They don't always buy the best. They don't always buy the best, but they certainly buy what's in front of them. Think about it. That's why there's McDonald's and all these fast food places, because it's not always the best stuff, but people usually buy what's in front of them. Now, you don't have to be the best clinician out there. You don't have to be the person that knows everything, that's doing everything perfectly, that has the best looking office, that has the best social media with all your cases out there. But you do have to stay in front of your patients. Now, how do we do that? Well, the first thing is this: most dentists don't even prioritize social. They don't realize that they're not in the business of just doing the art of dentistry. You have to realize that if you have a practice, you're also a media company. You're also somebody that's out there, and you should be putting up media, content. So I'm going to give you a few ways to stay in front of them. This is the first rule. Why patients start treatment. People buy what's in front of them. Well, how do you stay in front of them? Follow up after they leave your practice. So if they come in, you treatment plan, you diagnose, and they didn't start, what do? Well, someone could say, hey, yeah, Ranesh, we just have our front office call the patient. Well, nobody answers their phone these days. Nobody picks up their phone. That's just not even a thing. Well, we can text them. Okay, great. Well, you text them and you tell them, hey, let us know when you're ready to come in for treatment. Well, that's kind of boring. That's like, okay, sure. Here's a better approach. Send them valuable, relatable content that they can connect with, specifically that's related to their case. So if someone needs to get clear aligners done or Invisalign done, and they have an overlapping 8 and 9, and they didn't get it done, and they want to get it done, but they didn't get it done, a great idea would be to follow up with that patient, send them a text, and say, hey, John, I thought of you. We had a case that came in our practice last week. We just finished this case up. We just finished up this patient. It took about 6 to 8 months, and he's finally done. Let me show you the before and after. I thought of you because his front teeth reminded me of yours. So I figured you'd appreciate seeing how exciting it is to, treat a situation like this and take 6 months to do it. So here it is. So you text them. You literally just text them. You text them. You text out. You text the before and after. And not only do you text it before and after, you always give them a call to action saying, not come in and start treatment, but more so, hey, let me know when you're ready to start. I'm here for you. I figured I'd share this case with you because it was super exciting for us in the office. I totally love what I get to do. Shoot back when you're ready, or if you have any questions. Now, that's a simple text message. So that's one strategy, to stay in front of them. Notice I'm not trying to force them to start treatment. I'm not saying, oh my God, you got to start, you got to come in, we're available, we have all these appointments. Nobody cares. What they care about is, are you giving them enough value, and are you staying in front of them? People buy what's in front of them. They don't always buy the best, but they buy what's in front of them. Now, what's another way to do this? What's another way to do this? Well, another way to do this is, how do you stay in front of them? You send them a simple video that just reviews their treatment plan. So they left your practice, they went back home, and they didn't buy, they didn't start, they didn't schedule the next appointment. And you think, oh my God, this sucks, I failed, they didn't start, they didn't schedule the next appointment. Well, what do? You just send them a simple video that reviews their entire treatment plan. Here's what I mean by this. And there's a simple tool you can use to do this. You go on to Loom, Loom, loom.com. It's a Google product. And you literally open up their x-rays and you open up their treatment plan and you record, literally you speaking about their treatment. You record that on the screen. It's a screen recording software. And you record your screen while you're speaking about the treatment. And all you're doing is summarizing the treatment. But here's what you're doing. You're highlighting the problem. So, hey, John, I wanted to reach out to you because we saw you in the practice yesterday. I just wanted to give you a quick video review on your treatment plan. So here's my concern. And you always start with the problem. Why do I say that? Because people don't fix things that they don't see as an issue, as a problem. They have to see it as a problem for them to find a solution, right? So, hey, John, I just want to give you a simple video review on your treatment plan. It was great meeting you yesterday, but here's the area that concerns me most. And you just point to it on your screen with your cursor and you speak about it. And then you go to the next area and then you go to the third area. And all you do is you finish up with, this is going to be a really easy situation. In the next 1 to 2 months, you'll be done with all your dental work. It'll only take 4 appointments. And we even have those Friday mornings available that you really wanted. So reach out when you're ready. I figured I'd show you what your treatment looks like, your x-rays, and what we plan to do. And I figured I'd just give you a quick video review because it's easy to forget about this or overlook it. Or if you have any questions, you can circle back and ask me. Now, this is powerful because none of your peers are doing this, because most people are giving them a folder and saying, hey, take a look at it or review it or let us know if you have any questions. But if you do what most people do in your practice, then you're going to get treated like most patients treat most dentists in their office. And you're different. You're not the same. You're unique, and how you reach out and connect to patients makes a difference with your brand, with your image, and how patients treat you when they come back into your office. Does that make sense? So all you're doing is shooting a Loom video. You're recording your screen, you're shooting the video, and here's the magic of this. You may think, gosh, Ranesh, well, they heard me talk about their treatment, and they still didn't do it. Well, here's the thing. If someone's in a different environment or a different context, it hits different. When they're sitting in your chair and you're going over treatment versus when they're at home with their spouse, they're at lunch, or they're watching a video in the quiet of the night thinking about, man, he really had a point. She had a great suggestion. I really should get this done. Man, my tooth does look like it's crooked from the side like she showed me. Maybe this isn't too bad. Maybe they have appointments available for me. So now they start thinking about this whole idea of maybe it's not too bad. So here's the unlock here. Same content. Hold on, guys. So same content, different context. Same content, different context. They're in a different environment. They're in a different context. They're doing something different. It just hits different. They're not sitting there in your chair, like consuming that treatment, like they're listening to you in your chair, but they're also consuming and processing everything you're telling them, versus them going home and now like, oh, this makes more sense. They can show it to their partner, their spouse, their friend. They can forward it to someone. So the Loom video strategy works phenomenal. So make sure you try that one. So we had, how do you stay in front of them? First thing is you text them, right? A treatment plan or a case that's similar to theirs. Second one, you send them a Loom video, and you don't have to do both of these for everybody. You pick which one is best. You send them a review video. If you have a big comprehensive case, you may not need to text them and say, hey, here's a similar case. You may want to just send them a review of their treatment plan. And now they can be like, oh man, this is exactly what I need. I missed it. I wasn't paying attention. Or she was telling me and I was thinking of something else. All you've done is reviewed their treatment, but you've done it here. You went from chair side to screen side, chair side to screen side, okay? Okay, chair side to screen side. Hold on a second. I'm getting this phone's just hitting me up here. Okay, that's it. So that's the key, chair side to screen side. And it hits different when they're at home and they're alone and they're watching this. Okay, so that is the other strategy to stay in front of them. So that's going to be this one here. It's going to be the Loom video, right? Loom video. Now, I'm going to go over another one with you. Number two, well, okay, these two strategies are huge, but how else do you stay in front of people? Well, not how else do you stay in front of people. What are the other ways that people start treatment? Why do patients start treatment? First one is people buy what's in front of them. This is important. People buy what's in front of them. The second thing is, and this is a big one, most people miss this. People buy when they feel understood. Not so much when they understand you, but they feel understood. So think of that. People buy when they feel understood, not so much when they understand you. And most of us, and let's write that down. People buy when they feel understood. They buy and they feel understood. And this is key because most people don't aim for that. Understood. Most people do what? What do most doctors do? Most doctors try to feel and try to educate the patient to make sure that they are understood. Most doctors try to educate the patient to make sure that they are understood. And you overeducate and you overeducate and you make them feel as if they are not understood. Okay? People buy when they feel understood. When a patient thinks, oh, she gets me. Dr. Ganatra understands me. Oh, they understand my vibe here. They know why I feel this way. I'll give you an example. Someone comes in and they're like, you know what? I just got ripped off at my previous dentist. I just don't feel like doing any work. Well, one option would be like, oh, that sucks. Man, we're not going to rip you off here. Here's why we do this. We have the best crowns. We have the best materials. We have the best team. We have the best office. You're totally combating up against that sentiment versus meeting them where they're at and saying, hey, you know what? I totally hear you. And that's a great unlock. I totally hear you, John. And it could feel horrible feeling like you went somewhere and they overcharged you. They started to do stuff that you didn't think was needed. They probably overdiagnosed you. And you probably felt like it was all rushed as well. Did you feel like they were just after the money? Did it feel like they wanted to truly help you? Or was it just like they wanted to do dentistry on you? Which one was it? Think about what I'm doing. I'm describing their emotional home right now. Right now, that patient's feeling, gosh, I felt ripped off. I felt like they overdiagnosed. I felt like they just wanted to do work on me and they didn't care. You are describing their emotional home. And I will say, he or she who describes the pain best is assumed to have the solution. So you have to describe their pain, and in doing so, they're feeling understood. And when people feel understood, they open up. That must have made you feel deceived. That must have made you feel not valued. It must have made you feel like, misdirected or, conned. Yeah, it totally did, doc. And think of that. If you can describe how the patient's feeling, now they're like, man, she gets me. He gets me. So people buy when they feel understood, not so much when they understand you. But what do most clinicians do? They try to go after getting the patient to feel like, oh, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you get the treatment? Do you understand the treatment plan? Do you know why this tooth needs a crown and this tooth needs an onlay and this tooth needs this and why we have to start with a deep cleaning first? They go over all these different metrics and reasons and logic around why we need to do the treatment without even first connecting with the patient on that emotional home that they're living in. So you always have to connect with them. And a great takeaway and a great bridge to connection is, I totally hear you. That must have made you feel, boom. Summarize what they just told you and use some of their words to do it. And then transition them into what could be next. Okay? So that's number 2. People buy when they feel understood. We're going over why patients start treatment. Number 1 is people buy what's in front of them. Number 2 is people buy when they feel understood. Second reason why patients start treatment. Third reason, it's a big reason. And this is where a lot of clinicians miss out too. They don't optimize for this reason and they let the patient go and they don't really give them a clear outcome with a need to act, which is people buy when there's a reason to buy now, when there's a reason to buy today, when they're incentivized to take action today. So if you're not incentivizing your patients to start now, then you're going to miss out because we've ran the tests on this after, millions and millions of hours of selling and getting programs, courses, mentorships, all online. We've seen this real time. If you don't have an offer and it doesn't have a timeline, an opportunity to purchase or take action, people usually don't do it. So you need to have a package, an offer, some sort of timeline around that, some sort of ethical scarcity, and a reason to buy now. People buy when there's a reason to, people start when there's a reason to buy now. So I'll put that down, reason to buy now. Reason. And what does that mean? I'll give you an example. To buy now. They have to do it now. Why not? What's the reason? Can I wait on it 6 months? People buy when there's a reason to buy now. People buy when there's a reason to buy now. You guys could read my writing. So what's the reason to buy now? Well, number 1 reason is, hey, we're taking, and this is a framework you can use. We're taking 5 patients for the next 2 months to do this specific treatment on. And here's what we're doing. Because we're using our favorite lab, we're able to actually give you this package and include the whitening and also offer a retainer at the end of it. So you need a whitening and the retainer or the night guard and the splint. So you've put a package together and you've also said there's a timeline and it's limited supply. We're taking 5 patients within the next month to start 1 treatment, right? I'm going to take this many people within the next month to start this. So if you've wanted to get this done, this is the best time to start. And the best way to do it is just schedule your next appointment. Make it easy for them. You don't have to pay for all of it today. Just schedule your next appointment, put down this amount today, and then we'll get you started. Now, you can also offer what we call 3D, which is we give you a discount on the date we diagnose something. So we have this program in the office. It's called 3D. we'll give you a discount on the date we diagnose it. We're diagnosing it today. And rather than paying $1,000, you'll save $100. All you have to do is book the next 2 to 3 appointments. So there has to be a reason to buy now, and there has to be a package with this offer that you're giving them. If you wanted to do this, the retainers are usually $700 at the end of treatment. If you end up scheduling your next 3 appointments today, I'm going to do this. I'm going to include the retainers for you. All you have to do is schedule the next 3 to 4 appointments, put this amount down, and let's get you going. This helps us keep our practice scheduled and anticipate our future appointments. So you'd be helping me, but I'd also have a chance to help you because I'm going to include the retainers within your treatment. So you're giving them a reason. You're giving them a reason to buy now. This is cute. Like, this is huge. Reason to buy now. And most people don't do this. What they do is like, hey, call us when you're ready. Or, you know what, we'll get you back in your next cleaning. Or we'll find out when your insurance ends and we'll call you back. Give them a package. Give them an offer. Give them a reason to buy now. The more offers you make, ethical offers, ethical scarcity, urgency, the more likely it is that you'll have cases start. If you don't have an offer or package or bundle to help cases start, then it's open-ended. You're not going to have, patients don't have a reason now to come back in and start. Pain is a great motivator, but ask yourself this. Are most of your patients in pain? And the answer is no, they're not, right? So if you know they need something, you need to dial these things out. First, people buy what's in front of them, stay in front of them. A lot of times people don't say yes in the first pass. It's your job as a business owner to stay in front of them. It's your job as a practice owner, your clinician. If you truly think they need the clear aligners, or if you truly think they're grinding your teeth and they're wearing down the enamel and they need a splint or a night guard or some sort of adjustment, wouldn't it be really flippant and passive for you to ignore it for 6 months? In fact, it would take away from the treatment that you suggested if you didn't do anything about it for 6 months. They never heard from you because they heard from you once, you made a big deal about it, you talked to them about it, you educated them, you make them feel understood, and then they never heard from you for 6 months. You know what that tells a patient? She doesn't care. He must have not thought it was that important. You see, when you increase the frequency of your touch points, you reach out, right? You reach out more. You increase the frequency of your touch points. You also increase your conversions. You increase your buys, right? So you'll see that if you're not staying in front of them, it's kind of the same thing, right? If you're not staying in front of them, it's your touch point. If you're not staying in front of them, people aren't going to buy. So that's part of this game. And it's understanding human psychology needs to have guidance. It needs to have you in front of them. And it needs to know that, hey, wow, they diagnosed, I have a TMJ issue. I have tooth wear. It must not be that important if they never reach out to me again. Well, if you sent them a Loom video, if you sent them a text that is similar to their case, if you had that conversation stream ongoing after they left your office, are they more likely to purchase and think that it's important, or are they more likely to think that, hey, this person doesn't care? The answer is obvious. They're more likely to think that it's important if you kept that communication stream going after they left your office, right? And you made them feel understood. And you could even do that after they leave by hitting on valuable points that they mentioned to you while they were in your office. You can make them feel understood with the storytelling or the outreach or your text messages or your Loom video describing their treatment. You could do all of that stuff. And then you can give them a reason to buy now by giving them a good offer, a package, a bundle, including high-value core treatment that they may need with the main treatment. So you're including an ancillary or secondary treatment like a guard or a night guard or whitening or retainers with the core treatment, right? That's a package. There's a reason to buy now. Reason to buy now. That's a big deal. And if you have those 3 things, if you're staying in front of them, if you're making them feel understood, and if you're giving them a reason to buy now, today, they're more likely to start on treatment. Okay, so I hope that one made sense. If you have any questions, post them in the comment section. I will look into these daily, and if you have any questions, I'll circle back in the comments daily. This was an awesome session. I'm going to do my best to be here live with you as much as I can on these live streams. We're actually streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and even X. So follow DP Mastery on X and our YouTube channel, and also our Facebook page as well. Hope you enjoyed this one. Have an amazing rest of your day. And like we always say, live inspired. I will see you on the next one. Thank you.